How's it going, everybody? Today I'm going to be reviewing Game of Thrones Season 6, Episode 9, The Battle of the Bastards. Spoilers for this episode. If you're not seen it, go watch this episode, then come back here. Now, I'm finally back from my vacation. I was in Greece and Paris for a little bit, for 3 weeks here. Missed 3 episodes. I did watch them all, just didn't get the reviews out to you. What I'll briefly say, just to recap, I really liked them. I know some people said a lot of them were kind of slow, but I enjoyed them. We got the Hound back. Tons of stuff happening, just setting up things. Conflict in King's Landing, Arya finally done her training, killing the waif. Lots of cool stuff. I'll kind of touch on those when those storylines come up. Dany's got her Khalasar back, and she's on the dragons, and lots of stuff happening. And speaking of dragons, let's start right there with Daenerys and her storyline. She's back in Meereen, and she's not too pleased. Tyrion's kind of ruined some things a little bit. He's trying to fix that, and she basically wants to go full Mad King, burn everything. And Tyrion kind of wisely says, like, hey, that's what your dad did. Let's not exactly do that. Let's try to do a different plan here. So they come up with the masters, like, hey, we're going to do this. They're like, no, we don't want to do that. Dany gets on the dragon, starts burning, wrecking shit. It was awesome. Seeing all the dragons in use. It's awesome. It's really cool to see. And I love how Tyrion says, like, oh, one of you's going to die. And they're like, oh, he's going to die. He's going to die. And then the other two, Grey Worm just slits the other guy's throat. The other two who kind of threw him under the bus, and he's like, hey, you're okay then. Tell everyone what you saw here, and we'll never have to deal with this ever again. And she's got Meereen back. Cool little battle there. Love seeing Daario run in on with the Khalasar on the ground. You got Dany attacking from up top. Really, really cool moments, and showing how much of a badass Daenerys is, which leads, I assume there's some time passage between this little battle and when the next scene with her happens, where you get the Greyjoys coming in with their ships, offering them up, and it looks like it's probably one of the, even more so than maybe even the battle, this is one of the biggest moments for the show, because Dany's gonna head over across the Narrow Sea, and it's something we've been waiting 6 seasons for, and it's exciting. It's exciting. I think we're gonna get that fully next episode, where she's gonna actually set sail. It's kind of where the season's gonna end, and season 7 or 8, however many seasons they decide to go, will be her in Westeros. I also like the deal that she made with the Greyjoys, where like they're gonna get the Iron Islands. That's all they really want. They can't do the whole raping and pillaging and all that type of stuff anymore. And they come to a negotiation. They say like, hey, Euron's coming. He's gonna try to come here and give you the same offer, but except he wants to marry you, and we don't want to do that. Although Yara says like, hey, I'll marry you if you want, though. Like, I'm not opposed to it. Which is a cool, funny moment. But yeah, great things to happen with Dany. So I'm looking forward to see her cross the Narrow Sea and finally get the kind of the merging of the stories next season. Then we hop over to what I thought most of the episode was going to be. I was surprised by the Daenerys stuff, but we get the battle pretty much, or the setup first, obviously. So we get that little standoff between Ramsay and Jon, and they're just kind of going head to head, saying, hey, I'll battle with you, fight me mano a mano, man to man. Ramsay's like, no, I have a better army, I can beat you that way. But Jon's like, well, do they really want to fight for you if you won't fight for them? So it's a kind of cool moment there, to kind of just feeling each other out. And I loved the scene between Sansa and Jon, where they're arguing it out. Sansa's yelling at him, kind of the sibling rivalry coming back, and kind of showing how strong Sansa is, and where Jon's weaknesses lie. You get to see that Jon has a blind spot. He does, and you see that in the battle when we get to that. Sansa was kind of right, but I love seeing that, how Sansa's like, no, we need to do this, we need more people, but you see both sides. You see both sides of the story, and you understand where each of them is coming from. So it's you kind of find that middle ground, and I think after this episode, they're going to kind of come to that middle ground. Of course, we get Davos, and he finds Shireen's little gift that he gave to her, and he knows what happened. I love the shot they use, where it's Davos standing there with the red glow in the background, kind of showing that anger. I loved seeing that. It was a great, like, well-composed shot, and something that I like as a film fan. And again, we've seen at the end of the episode, Davos gives that look to Melisandre, like you did this. I don't know if Davos will kill her, but he's definitely going to confront her, and who knows what will happen. Who knows what will happen between the two of them. Then we get to the battle. I'm sorry if I missed anything, but I'm just going to get through this. The heat of it, the Battle of the Bastards, what we all came into this episode looking forward to. And man, did it not, it did not disappoint at all. Starts off with, again, Jon in his blind spot, Rickon, he's like, gotta run. I thought he was gonna let the dogs go after Rickon as he starts running. That's why I wanted him to run. I definitely thought it was gonna happen. You see Ramsay toying with him, like he's just missing his shots on purpose. I thought maybe he was trying to get Jon, where he's just like trying to get him, and then he's gonna kill Jon with the crossbow because he is a good marksman. But no, kills Rickon, and that just sets Jon off. And then when Jon kind of rushes in, you kind of see his downfall. That's his mistake. And also, cut back, because one of the things I did forget, the conversation between Melisandre and Jon, where he's talking about, like, don't bring me back if I don't make it. And she's like, well, Lord of Light, I don't have powers. He gives me the power to do it. I don't have them. And if you're meant to come back, you're going to come back. If you're not, you're not. And it put in that seed in my mind, like, where, could Jon die again? Is that his purpose, maybe? It might be. So when he rushes in, after his horse gets knocked down, and he brings out that sword, and the horde is coming at him, I couldn't help but think, I'm like, are they going to kill Jon again? At first, I'm like, there's no way they could. Before the episode, I'm like, Jon's not going to die. Everyone else is fair game, but I don't think Jon will. But at that moment, I was like, Jon might die. And there's another moment where he's getting trampled by everybody, where I thought, again, he might die. And that's weird to think, because going into this episode, I'm like, Jon can't die. But they did such a good job to set that up, to plant that seed inside my head, that maybe he could. Maybe that's his purpose. And it worked. It got me. He didn't die, but I sure thought he might. Anyways, I love the battle. There's the great one-shot scene where Jon is just kicking ass, going through it. There might have been a cut in there, a hidden one, where someone walks in front of the screen. But either way, it looked like one take. It was phenomenal. I love seeing that. Lots of great kills from 1-1. Lots of other stuff from Tormund biting the guy's ear. Just awesome all the way around. Of course, then you get Davos rushing in because they feel useless back there. They don't want to kill any of their own men. Very smart strategic play from Davos. Like, hey, don't fire because we have less men. Ramsay has people to spare. He could kill his own men and still be up. So you see that. But then once they rush in, Ramsay, again, he was waiting for this moment, encloses them all in. Again, Jon's getting trampled. They have a pile of bodies there. They're trying to fight over that. And I don't even know it's really a negative. I kind of knew that, again, Sansa had wrote that letter to Littlefinger for the previous episodes. So I kind of figured that he was going to come in there and Sansa was going to save the day. I didn't know who would make it out, and I didn't know they would all make it out. Anyways, they come in, save the day. Ramsay, again, retreats because he was in the battle the whole time. He retreats back to Winterfell. They're like, oh, they can't get through. And I'm like, 1-1. 1-1 smashes down the door, takes an arrow in the eye. That was the big death of the episode, other than, of course, Rickon dying. Which didn't have too much emotional impact because we hadn't been around him too long, but you felt it with Jon. And then you get the mano-a-mano fight between Jon and Ramsay. Jon just blocking every shot he takes and then beating the crap out of him, keeping him alive. I thought he was maybe going to give the okay, like Sansa, they're going to give him the okay, or he might have just done it and be like, hey, we got to do this. Keeps him alive, but then we get the brutal killing of Ramsay by his dogs, and you get to see, they didn't show much of it, but they showed enough of the dog chewing on half of his face. Wow, that was satisfying. Much more satisfying than Joffrey's death. I'm so happy Ramsay's gone. Sansa is a badass now. She's in control, more so I think than even Jon is. And one of the more happier moments, I guess, of the episode was when you see the Bolton flags fly down and the Stark ones come up at Winterfell. And it's just a good moment. Lots of lives were lost. I'm surprised none of the big ones like Davos or Tormund died. But happy. I'm happy they didn't. And Ramsay just got the brunt end of it. He's dead. This is one of the better, one of the best episodes of Game of Thrones. It's hard for me to pick a favorite. There's so many great ones, like what's season 2 battle? Blackwater. Blackwater was one of my favorite episodes. The Children, I think that was like the season 4 finale, was awesome as well. Of course, Hardhome from last season, and then this one. They're all in contention. It's hard for me to pick a favorite. They're all great. And I can't wait for next episode. 69 minutes long. Longest episode in the series history. So, looking forward to that. Cannot be more excited for that. Gonna be watching that live on my TV. I'm stoked. By the way, more reviews will be coming out. My camera, the light is shot, so I had to take a lot of pauses through this video, but once I get my new light, I've ordered it, should be here in a couple days. I'll get some more reviews out to you, catch up on all the releases I missed while I was in Greece, such as Finding Dory, maybe Central Intelligence, Popstar, if I can find that in theaters, and all that kind of stuff. Warcraft, of course. So, going to be getting those out to you whenever I can. But again, be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more videos each and every week. And yeah, let me know what your favorite part of this episode. How awesome was this episode? How awesome. Anyways, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll talk to y'all later.